Well, you probably can't make that signpost out too well. It's a roundabout just over there, or up there. It says Heathrow to the right, Hayes, Southall, Yeading, da 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 da. And the big road that's sort of going the other side of this fence, that's the A40, as mentioned in the last video. And that away is about Oxford's about 45 miles. In fact, that last video, the junction I referred to by Northolt Fields, is the next junction down, which is the Target roundabout. This is the one junction to the west, therefore just a little bit closer to Oxford, not by much. And this is called the Polish War Memorial roundabout. And so I've driven along this road, you know, hundreds of times, and just over there is R.A.F. Northolt, which is the it's a working Royal Air Force station. It's the one that the royal family and the government are going to use if they're going to use any sort of private airports in this vicinity. It's R.A.F. Northolt. So I've been there a bunch of times, but I've never actually sort of stopped the car over there and say walked around here, even though I've been aware of this. So all this now that I'm seeing is new, including the blue sky, because as we all know, it's always raining in England, the sky is never blue, da da da. But look at this, this is the end of February, I think it's the 27th or the 28th of February, whatever, or the 26th or something, whatever the Saturday is. Yeah, the sky's blue, it's the sun over there. Anyway, yeah, this is the Polish War Memorial roundabout, and as you can tell by the name, it's got something to do with Poland. There's a little signboard here about the Polish Navy, and it's all to do with the Second World War and the cooperation, the assistance, the equipment that the Polish wouldn't say gave, but worked with in cooperation with the Royal Air Force and the Royal Navy. Here's something or other from the Polish War Memorial Remembrance Garden, opened in September 2015 to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Britain. Hillingdon Council, of course that's where I live. About 7,000 steps actually from here to my front door. Anyway, and here's a bit more here. Polish War Memorial Remembrance Garden. Say these signboards, I mean the one I just looked at, the Navy one, and this one here is obviously in English, but they do have two signboards in Polish as well. This one, the bit, look at this. At the end of the war, Poland was handed over by the Allies to the control of the same Soviet Union which had invaded Poland in 1939. Polish armed forces were excluded from the 1946 Victory Parade and disbanded. Well, probably a lot of Poles not too happy about that, I should think. Anyway, there is the roundabout itself. I've just come from that way, so if I was going home now, I'd be going that way. South of the A40, this road here, not this where that car is, but the road under it, the main one. That's the A40. That's an east-west, west-east road. So I'm south of it. I'm actually continuing my walk up that way because I'm going to a supermarket. I just wanted to, walk in a different direction, and I'd say I've never actually, got out the car and walked around this. I mean, there is a space there to park, although it's single yellows, would be a problem during the day. Yeah, how about this? So if you're Polish in London, or not just London, wherever, I suppose this is one of these places where you should go, I guess. Whole bunch of names there. And, of course, the link, I mean, besides the fact that, I mean, it's all to do with, the Germans invaded in Poland, which is, I suppose, the main reason as to what prompted Britain to declare war on Germany. But then a couple of weeks later, the Soviet Union declared war on Poland, or invaded them, or both, whatever. So there's places to park. And then one thing that a lot of Polish people will say to me is that the Polish were the ones that were, or one of the main ones anyway, that kind of maybe not discovered, but managed to try and or figured out the Enigma machine, which of course was a German invention. And I guess, I suppose they were keeping it secret, even before the Second World War started. And the Polish passed over a lot of that, knowledge that they'd learned from about the Enigma machine over to the British, which was a big help. I mean, the Enigma machine, my word. Anyway, and of course, Poland didn't become Poland again until 1990. Wow. Anyway, so here we go, to the memory of fallen Polish airmen, and I guess the numbers: Polish Air Force fighter squadrons, 302, city of Poznan, and there's the number of the fighter squadrons, and then the bomber squadrons. And of course the Polish worked alongside the R.A.F. And it wasn't just the Polish, there were some Czechs as well, but I think the main contribution, if that's the right word, from countries in that part of the world came from Poland. I was reading that there were some Czech people fighting with the Polish, but I think Czechoslovakia had some squadrons as well, I believe. Anyway, because it was Czechoslovakia back then as well, of course. Okay, what's to say? I have fought a good fight. I have finished my force. I have kept the faith. So yes, if you're Polish, you really should come here. Bit awkward by public transport, I think. Not impossible. The E7 bus. Oh, what's that? Is that the E7? That might be the E7. Can't see from here. Anyway, the E7 bus definitely goes over there, and that may have been it, I suppose. Tube station, South Ruislip, I think, is just up here. So that's probably the closest tube station. What's that, Piccadilly line? Anyway, whatever. Central line, one of them. Anyway, so here we go. A bunch of names, campaigns. And how about that? Pretty impressive, actually. Must be. Say, I've driven past along this road hundreds of times. But in fact, this reminds me, if I'm around this area with somebody from Poland, I'll say to them, "Hey, you want to go and check this out?" Because they may not know about it. I mean, there's plenty of times when I'm in central London, when I'm with somebody from whatever country, and I'll say, "Oh, you want to check this out?" And then I'll go, like French people, right? Statue of General de Gaulle, just off the Mall and all that. Most of them don't know about it. So I'll, ask them if they want to go, and most of them say yes, and that kind of thing. I'm quite good at that, actually. Yeah, so whenever I'm with Polish people around here, I will definitely let them know about this, and they can tell me if they want to go here or not. Polish Air Force Air Force Memorial, Polish Air Force Heritage Trail. Adjacent to this memorial is the airfield of R.A.F. Northolt, which was founded in 1915 as the Royal Flying Corps station. It is the oldest RAF station and the last remaining one, which was a Battle of Britain fighter airfield. If you're into that kind of stuff, just over there, probably about 2-3 miles from here, is it's a bunker from the Second World War. And you ever seen like a film or anything, and there's like a big round table, and there's like normally women around it with like long snooker cue sort of thing, and they're pushing ships and things into this in position on a big map, and the people above looking down are sort of the decision makers and sort of trying to decide where to send squadrons and all the rest of it, right? Well, of course, this country had a bunch of them, but of course a lot of the opposition were coming from France, Belgium, Netherlands, around there, that southeast part of England, Kent, that area, and the bunker command, if you like, that oversaw that area, that southeast England area, was the one just over there in Uxbridge, and I went about a couple of years ago, and they just reopened it. They had a bit of a renovation. Boris Johnson was there, not when I was there, but when they reopened it. Boris Johnson was there to cut the tape or something. He is of course the member of Parliament for the Uxbridge area. Now Bojo's Prime Minister. But anyway, so if you're into that kind of thing, it is open, and of the bunkers, apparently, of the ones that we had in this country, that is, you know, the one that's in the best condition. Say it's just over there, so it's only 2.5 miles north of Heathrow Airport. And if you're into that kind of thing, just Google it. It's like, I don't know what it's called, Uxbridge Bunker Memorial or something, I suppose. I don't know. Anyway, alrighty, take care.